Hey, in this lesson, we're going to go over finishing an online course that's taking too long. Hi, in this lesson, we're going to go over finishing a course that's just taking too long to get completed. So first of all, let's think about some of the main reasons why you're not finishing your course. And they fall into two big buckets. Number one is your time management, and number two is the course scope and goals. So time management is about you and finding pockets of time that's going to get this done. When are you going to do it? When are you going to find quality time? Or maybe there's just a lot of work to do. So that's time management. And then secondly, course scope and goals is really about what are you trying to do? What's your target? And maybe you're trying to climb a mountain that's just too big, or you just got to take it chunk by chunk. So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's first get into time management techniques and tricks that you can use. The first one is to use weekly time pockets. So as an example, every Saturday morning or every Wednesday night, you're going to go and do 2, 3, 4 hours of stuff that's going to help you complete your course. Okay, and you're just going to hit it, you're going to lock it, you're going to put calendar reminders. Everybody in the family, everybody at work, everybody's going to know that on those particular time slots, they're reserved for this particular activity, which is working on your course. Another option is to just find a few days and do it. Maybe it's your Christmas break. Maybe it's spring break. Maybe it's a long holiday weekend where you combine Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And this particular holiday, you're not planning on doing anything. Or maybe you are, but just you're going to do something at home for just a few hours. You're not going to go away the whole weekend. And in fact, that whole weekend, you're just going to bite away and get that course 80, 90% done. Another time management technique is to defer your hobbies. Maybe you're watching a show, you're binge watching. Maybe you can watch it later. Maybe you have a hobby, or maybe you do, basketball, or you do a certain, group or club or tennis. Whatever it is, maybe you just downgrade for one season and get this course done. And then you can come back in. Okay, you don't have to stop it. You could just downgrade or defer your hobbies and activities. But that's one way to find some good quality time to get things done and hit and boost your priorities. Another option is to use text or a bulleted list. Maybe you're trying to create every single slide, every single bullet, every single video. Take it up a notch and just do the outlines. What are your modules? Then you go ahead and you hit, lesson by lesson, and it doesn't have to be pretty, but just get it down. Get it down on paper. Just put your notes there. Doesn't have to be full paragraphs or sentences. A couple of words. In this lesson, we're going to hit bullet A, blah, 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 bullet B, blah, 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 bullet C, blah, blah, blah. That's it. And bang that out for all your lessons. Okay, and start very high level and bring it down by chunking it. Okay, so that could really help you get stuff done. Another thing that you can do is you can get help. Maybe you have the slides, or maybe you have the content and somebody needs to make the slides for you. Or maybe you have the videos, but you're just poor at editing. That's not your thing. Get somebody to help you edit your videos. Or maybe you're done with the videos and you need somebody to upload the courses, the curriculum, and you can go get a service to help you prepare and load up your course. Another time management approach is to just treat it like a marathon. So if you really want to do something big, you can't do it in a weekend. It's going to take a while. So you just got to have a cadence, and you're just going to work mile by mile, just like a marathon. Okay, it's not a sprint. You can't get it done. It's too big. And you're convinced that that big goal is the right goal. So then just keep working it, keep taking bites out of that apple, and just get it done. Okay, so that's another time management approach to get your goals done. So now if we switch over and we think about what is it that you're trying to do? Are you trying to, climb this giant mountain, run a marathon, or just do this little thing, but you haven't been able to do it? So let's really think about kind of your target, your goals with this course. One of the first things you could do is you could potentially narrow your scope. Maybe you're planning 27 modules when really 10 modules is good enough to get you started, especially if it's that first course and you're just there spinning and it's taking you years to get that first course done. So you could potentially narrow the scope, right? That's the width, the total topics that are discussed. The next thing you can do is to go shallow. Maybe you have fewer lessons per module. So instead of going very deep on every single module, you can just hit a couple of items on every module. So you get it done, you get kind of module by module done because you're not getting stuck in every module and you'll never get to the next module. So that technique is kind of going shallow. Another option is to reduce kind of your vision here. So maybe you were going to build a master class, but maybe a mini course is just fine, especially to get going, right? Get your reps in, start learning and get it out there, get students to your course. Or maybe it's a spotlight course on one special subtopic of what you teach. And that's okay. So you can kind of reframe it and then you can go after that, and that's much more achievable. Another option you can do is to get feedback. So maybe you have an existing customer base or a social following, or maybe it's friends and family. You can take that current course or those current videos or slides, share it with them, share them. Maybe it's a bit of content, right? So it's a chunk of a piece of content that's in your course, but you're taking that chunk and you're throwing it out there. You're seeing how people resonate, if they're loving it, if maybe that's good enough to get them to the next step. And maybe that's kind of the course approach you should take, is just, hey, I have a good piece of content here that's helping my students get to the next level, and that's great. Or maybe some of that feedback's negative, and then you're like, you know what, let me not even hit that topic, or let me start all over, or something like that. But at least you're getting feedback so that you can zigzag your way towards your successful, completing your course. Another approach is maybe you have the core content, but you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have everything ready to have a proper course. It doesn't look like those other courses. I don't have PDFs. I don't have bonus materials. I don't have extras and surveys and quizzes. That's okay. You can do that later, or just have one simple survey or one simple quiz, or maybe it's a Word doc, and that's good enough for now. And later you'll make it interactive. So those are some good ideas to, again, reduce the scope so that you're focusing on the core content, getting your course done, and then moving forward. Another option is to just create a version 1.0. Think of it like software or something like that, where you don't have the very best version of your course yet. This is your initial launch. You're going to get it ready. You're going to get some students to flow through. You might make some money, and then you're iterating to make it better and better over time, including maybe as your gear levels up, as you expand your team with writers, as you maybe more better sewing machines, more cameras, whatever it is that you do. So over time, you're going to have some more money, some more time to get those devices, to get better at making and production, or maybe it's graphics design or a theme. So, or maybe it's just creating really pretty PDFs, but maybe you don't know how to do that yet, and that's okay. You can do that later. All right. So these are some techniques to help you finish your course. First of all, double check your time management. When are your times of blocks to get this stuff done? Reserve it and prioritize it and call it out and say, this is when I'm going to work on the course. And then secondly, pick out the right target, set the right vision, scale it. Getting something done is better than being stuck for years, right? So pick an appropriate target. If you need to, call it a mini course, even a free course, whatever. Get that first course done. Get students. You're going to learn a lot by doing it. So that's that second approach, is to really focus, get your scope and your goals set so that you can achieve it. If it's an impossible goal, you're going to be spinning here forever and you're going to give up. So we don't want that. All right, so hopefully this lesson has helped you and you'll soon finish your course.